Hey, thanks very much. Yeah, Truth for a New Generation will be the 37th Apologetics Conference the Lord has allowed me to organize in the last 22 years. And great conference, September 27, 28, Charlotte, North Carolina. Josh McDowell, Eric Metaxas, Lee Strobel. We've also got a thing that we call the National Briefing on Religious Freedom, and we've got a roundtable of great scholars, but it's for all ages. Your listeners might be interested to know that I spent most of my day yesterday working with the Charlotte Observer. We bought 4 half-page ads, and in the ads we asked 3 questions. One, is same-sex marriage morally right? Question 2, do Christians and Muslims worship the same God? And question 3, are people who don't believe in God jeopardizing America? And the reason I put these questions in the ad is because as I travel and speak at universities and I do open mic Q&A all over the country, people are asking these questions. Well, we had already given the credit card number. We'd already paid. The Charlotte Observer said, oh, you can't run this ad. This would offend gays, Muslims, and atheists. And so, long story short, we had to revise the ad because we do want to advertise and market the conference to the last moment. But my point, fellas, when you hear us on AFR talk about the battle of worldviews and that the Christian perspective is being systematically silenced, that Christians experience viewpoint discrimination, it's really true. It really, we are in a fight for the souls of people and for the future of the nation and for the biblical worldview. We really are. That's why, folks, come to TNG, come to Truth for New Generation, be equipped that we can defend the faith and preserve our nation.
Alex, this conference is about apologetics, and I suppose some of our listeners aren't even familiar with that word. Tell us what apologetics is and why it is so important for Christians today to know about apologetics.
Well, apologetics, it might sound a little intimidating and academic, but it need not be. It's a biblical word, and it means to defend what we believe. 1 Peter 3:15 says, be ready always to give an answer to everyone who asks a reason for the hope that you have. And apologetics is really explaining what we believe and why. Why Jesus? Why not Buddha, Muhammad, Zoroaster? Why do we believe in Jesus? And it's because he rose from the grave, and he alone could conquer death. And it may be an encouragement to a lot of listeners to know that there are incredible lines of evidence proving the Christian faith, that God is real, and that the Bible is dependable and trustworthy, and that history shows Jesus truly existed. You know, one of the great things at this year's conference, a week from Friday, Josh McDowell is going to unveil for the first time publicly a 1,000-year-old scroll of the Old Testament that's just been discovered, and he's going to give an explanation on how we can prove that the Bible has been preserved. So apologetics is all about what we believe and the compelling evidence why.
And if you want to find out more about this, we want to encourage you, please go to truthforanewgeneration.com, truthforanewgeneration.com, truthforanewgeneration.com. Go there, you can find out about this, and that scroll that he was talking about that's going to be unveiled. There is an apologetics museum, and listen, there's going to be great music for this event as well, and it's happening September 27th through the 28th, and so we just highly encourage you, please check out that website. Make plans to go. It is going to be an incredible 2 days there in Charlotte, North Carolina. truthforanewgeneration.com. We're talking to Alex McFarland, American Family Radio Today's Issues, and I'm John Riley along with Ray Pritchard.
Alex, I'm looking at I'm on the website right now. You have a stunning lineup of speakers here. I don't know that I've ever seen a conference packed with as many top-line speakers as you've got here. Tell us some of the folks who are going to be at the Truth for the New Generation conference.
Well, thanks very much. You know, I think of my friend Lee Strobel. Lee Strobel earned his law degree from Yale University, New Haven, Connecticut. He was an atheist, co-editor of the Chicago Tribune. He became a born-again Christian wrote one of the biggest-selling books of the last 50 years, The Case for Christ. An investigative journalist looks at the life of Jesus. And I think of Josh McDowell. I think of Erwin Lutzer, the pastor of the historic Moody Church in Chicago, and he's going to be talking about 7 reasons that you can trust the Bible. I think about Sean McDowell. I think about Eric Metaxas. Eric Metaxas testified on Capitol Hill this spring about religious freedom and wrote the best-selling book on Dietrich Bonhoeffer. I think about Jennifer Marshall from the Heritage Foundation on defending our liberties. And let me say, this is for all ages. And guys, we've done, as I said, 3 dozen of these all over the country in the last 20-some years. The people that get most excited at these conferences about presenting and even defending the faith are the kids, the middle schoolers. One of the speakers is a guy named Gary Habermas. Gary Habermas has a Ph.D. from Michigan State. Literally, he is the world expert on the resurrection of Jesus. And, here's this guy, and I guess Habermas is probably 61 or 62, and the kids get in line to get his autograph like a rock star because he's a guy debating atheists. He's a guy powerfully but lovingly winning unbelievers to Christ. And one of the best things about these events is how much it empowers and inspires young people to live the gospel, to defend the gospel. And so I know it's a bit of a cliche, but faith, family, freedom, that's the fire that will be in your heart when you leave TNG 2013. Again, the website, truthingenewgeneration.com. It's coming up in a week. We'll be simulcasting. I could tell you about 20-some speakers, but let me just say, folks, you need to, for God, for country, so that we don't become a secular atheist nation, so that we don't become a Sharia law Islamic subset of the UN. Listen, invest a weekend that will count for eternity. Charlotte,
North Carolina, September 27th through the 28th. Truthforanewgeneration.com is the website. Truthforanewgeneration.com. That's truthforanewgeneration.com. You go there, find all the information about this conference and this event. It is a great website, very easy to use. It's got everything you need right there to hook up with this event in Charlotte coming up September 27th through the 28th. Dr. Alex McFarland, author, speaker, host on Exploring the Word on AFR Talk, heard at 3 p.m. Central here on AFR. Thank you so very much for hanging out with us today and telling us all about this exciting event coming up.
Hey, bless you guys. Thanks very much.